Tamera, a very good morning to you. Thank you so much for your time.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Tamera, would we be exaggerating if we were to say the issue of youth unemployment in South Africa has reached crisis proportion?
Not at all. I think the latest statistics are that 36% of our young people are unemployed. So there's a huge amount of young people who face unemployment on a daily basis.
What are some of the reasons for that unemployment?
Well, there's a range of reasons. I mean, the most obvious one is that there may just not be enough jobs. But there are a range of other factors that affect young people in their quest for work. And many of it is the circumstances that they've grown up in and their inability to access the networks that would ordinarily provide them with opportunities to find work. So when you've grown up in a community where people don't work, your home or your community don't work, often you don't have the networks to connect you into jobs. But second of all, you don't possess necessarily the understanding of where you could look for work and what type of work you would best be suited for. So there's a range of complex factors that affect young people, and we work to assist them in overcoming those barriers.
Yeah, tell us a bit more about your efforts to counter those challenges, about your work as Harambee Youth Employment Accelerator.
Well, the first thing that we do is look for jobs, and we work with close to 100 companies across South Africa who provide us with opportunities for young people, permanent work opportunities for young people. We secure those jobs across a range of different sectors: retail, hospitality, financial services, technical roles. And then only do we go out and find the young people who really need those opportunities. So our objective is to get young people who ordinarily wouldn't have had that opportunity included in the economy. And so we head out into communities that are typically one taxi ride away from the place of employment to lower the costs of transporting in for an interview as well as for work. We find those young people, and then we also look at matching them to the right kind of opportunities and preparing them for work.
Tell us a bit more about the summit that's taking place, I believe today being the last day. Yesterday, we saw Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa addressing the delegates there, as well as COSATU President Dumut Dlamini present there as well. Talk to us about the summit and what you hope to achieve there.
It's a very exciting event. We have approximately 200 leaders from business, from government, from labour and from civil society. And really what we're doing is we're looking at showcasing what the real issues are behind youth unemployment, what drives young people not to be able to find work, and how we are able to look at working together, forming partnerships to overcome some of those barriers. So we're really focusing on looking at how we can build solutions and collaborate together to look at how we can tackle some of those barriers that young people face.
Now, there is a view or a theory that perhaps some young people in South Africa are refusing to work just anywhere and anyhow, that they don't believe that any job is better than no job and that they're looking for, quote, a decent job. Have you found that to be the situation on the ground? Are young South Africans prepared to do anything for a job?
I think that young South Africans are very willing to work, and in our 3.5 years of being in operation, Harambee has placed 10,000 young people into work, and in that process we've engaged with over 100,000 young people. And our consistent experience is that they are eager to work, and in fact will look at most job opportunities in order to change their life circumstances. What we do know, however, is that they have not grown up in actively working communities and often need assistance in understanding how, if they take that step to a first job, that is often the beginning of a career. So where it may not be a job that they want to do forever, we often feel the need to equip them with the knowledge of what it will take to get to the next step in order to progress in the industry, in the sector, or across different and change across into different types of areas of work for themselves.
But of course, the issue of youth unemployment is not solely a South African problem. There's far-reaching ripple effects all over the world as a result of the financial crisis. Young people all over the globe actually are struggling to find employment, aren't they?
That's correct. It's definitely not a South African problem. It's definitely a global problem, but the numbers here are much higher than in most other places across the world. So we have a burning platform to think about how we can move forward and really solve this problem together.
Tamera Campbell from Harambee Youth Employment Accelerator, thank you so much for your time, and all the best for the remainder of the program this afternoon.
Many thanks.
All right, that's where we leave it for now.